Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau found himself at the center of a political firestorm as videos of him dancing to Taylor Swift's hits in Toronto surfaced online. Meanwhile, Montreal erupted into chaos with anti-Israel protests, leaving Canadians questioning their leader's priorities in a moment of crisis. Is Trudeau's shake-it-off moment a lapse in judgment or a deliberate disregard for public sentiment? As Montreal streets turned into a battleground on Friday night, images of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau enjoying Taylor Swift's concert quickly went viral, drawing sharp criticism from citizens and political figures alike. Rioters in Montreal torched cars, vandalized storefronts, and burned an effigy of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu during a heated protest against Israeli policies. The demonstrations, led by groups such as Divest for Palestine, spiraled into violent clashes, prompting riot police to deploy tear gas in an effort to restore order. Amid this unrest, Trudeau's carefree appearance at one of Swift's-era's tour concerts in Toronto was seen by many as tone-deaf, especially as video footage of the chaos in Montreal flooded social media. Quebec Senator Leo Housakos was among the loudest voices condemning Trudeau's actions, accusing him of neglecting his responsibilities during a moment of national turmoil. Housakos took to social media, juxtaposing his own meetings with Jewish community leaders against scenes of the riots, accompanied by a scathing remark about Trudeau's absence. "Hope you had fun at the concert, though, Justin," Housakos quipped, reflecting the frustration of many Canadians grappling with the unrest. Adding to the controversy, Trudeau's recent statement about Canada's compliance with the International Criminal Court's (ICC) arrest warrant for Netanyahu has fueled tensions. The ICC's decision to issue warrants against Netanyahu, former Defense Chief Yoav Gallant, and Hamas leader Ibrahim al-Masri for alleged war crimes has polarized global opinion. While Trudeau defended the move as a commitment to international law, critics, including Israel's ambassador to Canada, Ido Mode, called it a dangerous precedent, accusing the ICC of undermining Israel's right to self-defense. These statements have only deepened the division within Canadian communities and amplified debates about the government's stance on Middle Eastern conflicts. Trudeau's condemnation of the Montreal riots, issued the following day, has done little to quell the backlash. In a post on X, formerly Twitter, he denounced the violence and acts of anti-Semitism, calling for accountability and swift justice for those involved. "What we saw on the streets of Montreal last night was appalling," Trudeau wrote, emphasizing that such acts of hatred have no place in Canada. However, for many, this statement felt like too little, too late. The juxtaposition of Trudeau's condemnation with his seemingly indifferent behavior at the concert further fueled criticism of his leadership and crisis management. Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly and Defense Minister Bill Blair joined Trudeau in condemning the protests, labeling the violence as acts of hate and anti-Semitism. Blair described the riots as anarchy by a mob, while Joly reaffirmed Canada's support for peaceful protest but drew a firm line against violence. Their strong rhetoric was an attempt to reassure the public of the government's commitment to maintaining order and addressing hate crimes, though it did little to overshadow Trudeau's controversial night out. As Trudeau faces mounting criticism for his actions during one of Montreal's most volatile nights, Canadians are left grappling with questions about their leader's priorities and judgment. While the Prime Minister's condemnation of violence and anti-Semitism is clear, his apparent disconnect from the chaos unfolding in his own country has left a sour note. With tensions rising both at home and abroad, Trudeau's next moves will be critical in restoring public trust and navigating the complex geopolitical landscape that Canada is increasingly drawn into.